Hi, hello. We have a new chapter of Boku no Hero Academia. This is chapter 293. Really cool cover. Wait, why isn't the thing working? It should be working. Okay, will it advance? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, really cool cover spread here. Kind of like steampunk vibes, which generally I don't like as kind of like a overall aesthetic for an entire media franchise or something. It just starts to get kind of tiresome to me. But I think just for like an isolated piece of artwork like this, a singular reimagining, it's really fun. You can really vastly change the character's style while still having all sorts of ways to incorporate things from their original aesthetic. I like that they've even included Shigaraki here, and next to him, is that Dabby? No? What? Not sure. I'm not sure who this black-haired person is over here. Very confused by that. But yeah, cool mix of characters to show off in this style. I think having the freedom to do that and not always just having to show like the main cast is good for these color spreads. This is really cool. Really cool color scheme. Very impressive. Anyways, let's get on to the chapter itself. This one is called Hero Saturated Society, and that's right. Our boy Lemillion, Miro senpai, what is his name? Is back with his quirk. This one shot of Eri chillin', eating a rice cracker, looking on with her innocent eyes, knowing that she contributed perhaps to the ultimate victory of the heroes. A word from the villa about what's happening, so I rushed over using my special permeation mode of travel. The villain hideout that the Night Eye agency is keeping tabs on isn't far from here. Oh, so there was also the hideout that the League of Villains was in during their entire war against Gigantomachia, right? It was like an old construction site or something. So I guess the heroes were aware of that too. The Night Eye agency, one step ahead even there. And that's where I guess Lemillion was being deployed during this entire multifaceted raid. But on sabbatical for half a year. Not long enough to trigger any nostalgia just yet. But Boku was nice enough to tell me about the multi-pronged battle plan going down tomorrow, and I want to help out. Next time, of course, the Sun Eater. Hopefully he'll show up too. I guess maybe they were deployed together, and Sun Eater just isn't quite fast enough to glitch through the ground to keep up with this completely broken mode of transport. Practicing on bugs and lizards these past 2 months using small amounts of energy. I've seen the progress you're making. And here, Eri has like big horn, right? Which means that her quirk isn't being like worked out or whatever. Really cute shot of the gang reacting to his requests. They just seem to be in the middle of a very cozy time. Sorry for using like this. Why don't you try your rewind power out on me? Be sorry. This is why I'm training. I like Eraserhead giving her permission with his cheeks full. Okay, so he's up against the high-class Nomu. I think this is going to be an amazing demonstration of his power, given just how strong these high-class Nomu were individually. Can he square off against 4 of them? Oh? So he jumps in and screams for help. Okay, very interesting. Anyone. And he sees a glint. The explosions from that time were nothing like I'd ever done. All condensed, faster, stronger, too. Okay. So Bakugo, back in action, too. Thinking back to that moment where he jumped in and saved Deku, that was the fastest he'd ever moved. That was the most crisis he had ever experienced. It's touching, isn't it? For his friend. The friend who he used to mercilessly taunt and bully. Now he put his life on the line, pushed himself to his absolute limits to save. And once again, recalling that power. This is certainly an upgrade, right? Like, we've seen Bakugo do like explosion movement before, and it's fast. But the way they depicted it was always just kind of like boom, he like shoots forward. The way that all of these explosions are being drawn simultaneously, like overlapping each other, bleeding into each other, it's really thrilling. It really drives home just this idea of like a multi-stage acceleration, that each explosion is pushing him forward faster, more intensely. Gotta save. Yeah, like he's gonna die though. He just got stabbed in the chest. But he makes it in, as does the girl in the big three, Nijire. And of course, our boy, Ida. Oh my gosh. Remembering names is so difficult for me. Okay. They're all in the mix. Attacking these high-class Nomu just in time to stop Best Genius. An amazing composition here. Just the way that each character, like the movement options they have, their way of accelerating, the nature of their attacks, they're all so unique. And it comes across not just in like the attack effects, but just like the positioning on the page. Bakugo like reeling back for the impact of his own explosions, whereas Lemillion with the traditional superhero uppercut, just walloping him. Oh, and Best Genius gets a word in to Bakugo. Experience the world? That name was temporary. I held off on the big reveal until you could hear it. He came up with a new hero name? Our boy? He came up with an actual hero name that's not just his name? Starting today, I'm Great Explosion Murder God Dynamite. Oh, I love this. I love everyone's reactions. Pretty expected reactions. Even the villains get some reactions. But I want to see Deku's reaction. I want to see what Deku thinks of his childhood frenemy finally, literally making a name for himself as he jumps into the fray. A fine hero name with a real sense of humor to it. I mean, yeah, that was not the intent. A world without smiles and humor has no bright future. Yeah, he still doesn't get it. No offense intended. Yeah, it's not a comedic name. That is just his Chunibyo styles. Okay, so they're keeping Gigantomachia down. They see that the rest of the league is also bound up in Best Genius's threads. What do you say we wrap this up? Fabric joke. Yeah, I don't know. This is now looking like very good for the heroes. And unlike the heroes, who did have all these cards in hand, you know, all of these jump-ins, all of these people who could come in and make a big impact, who do the villains have left? Toga is out running around in the city fighting Oroka. Oh my god, I can't think of her name. That's still happening, if you forgot about that little plot line. But I don't see either of them having like a huge impact on the battle. Who else is left? Who could turn this around once more? Having a blast down there. So Dabi's still fighting Todoroki. Able to get him in a big burning hug. Burning up too. Yeah, this is the thing, right? This is kind of the twisted secret of Dabi's power. That of course explains why he has so many skin grafts. That becomes very evident, very an unavoidable truth when you learn of his lineage, that he doesn't have the combo, he doesn't have the ice part. So when he burns up, he's really burning himself up. These are all self-sacrificial attacks. Seems like creating a raise with love. I'm fine because I'm really happy right now. Because look at that face. But to watch his puppet masterpiece burn up and die in the fire of his failed experiment, and he can't do anything. I said, look, he's totally broken inside. It really is brutal. Like, I'm kind of impressed. I'm kind of shocked, a little haunted by just how far they're going in the characterization of Endeavor. Like, I think, you know, the sort of brooding anti-hero, oh, I'm the strongest, I have all this responsibility, but inside me, I just can't like connect with people. I'm emotionally immature. That's you know, that's a standard, and they did a good job with that kind of archetype. And then to have this whole like family history background, the family drama, like really getting into that stuff, like that sort of impressed me. But again, like straying too far into that territory does not sound like a shonen series. It sounds like a movie by Ozu or something. And then to have these like final little twists that really only serve just to devastate this character, just as a way to really like bring this character to the absolute limits of despair. It's something like Takotsu no Boya. Like it's so far beyond what I expected they would do in a shonen series. To just have a character have to go through this level of psychological misery. Jeez. I thought he was just angsty fireman. Oh, I thought he was strong hero who's rude to people. But no. He gets to have this whole arc. Shoto, once my fire burns you to ash. I wonder what kind of face that'll make. Jesus, this chapter is all over the place emotionally. So I think this will be something where like all of our main 3 students walk away with really significant injuries, ones that'll actually maybe put them out of commission for the next arc or something. Bakugao, of course, is pushing himself well beyond his limits now. Deku's been at that point for like half this arc. And now Todoroki, like, I don't think he's getting out of this one unscathed. It would be kind of a anticlimax if he did, right? But at the same time, like, somebody's got to save him. Or maybe he'll save himself. Oh. Deku, with the black vines, manages to separate the two. Cares if my arms and legs are done. This is the final form. Deku, for all of his self-sacrifice, I am just going to shatter all of the bones in my body to continue fighting. Now he's like, all right, I have developed the fighting style of after all of my bones are shattered. Who cares if my arms and legs are done? And here he's talking to Tsuyu and Sero and Ruka, learning to combine all of his new quirks. The Froppy style! He can shoot it out of his mouth now! It is my business because Todoroki's my friend. Endeavor's my mentor who's made me stronger. Sure, the past never dies. That's why I'm watching Endeavor real hard as he tries to be better. Guess what? You aren't Endeavor. It's that epitome, right? That agent of justice did some vile stuff, and I'm the result. Evil is thriving. Justice is losing this war. Is it? We see Best Genus struggling. The threads are snapping. Gigantomachia could come back in effect. All I'm doing is showing you sedimental dopes who's to blame for that. Oh, Gigantomachia roaring back to life. The future coming down the pipeline is one where all that schmaltz and lip service is going to get blown away by the chaos. Okay. I don't know. I don't know if I foresaw this or not. Gigantomachia, like, I guess it would be sort of an anticlimax if he was just, like, tied up. Don't need to, like, actually deal with the monstrous strength that he has, but instead he's just, it's taken care of. But how are they... I remember the start of the chapter, I was like, I don't know, I feel like the heroes got this one wrapped up. What more can the villains do? Okay. But Endeavor, rocketing upwards, hitting Gigantomachia on the chin. A cool shot, a really cool perspective shot. Again, just showing the hugeness of Gigantomachia. And falling out of the frame, which I think is cool. Power suddenly all gone. No strength. Okay, it was the sedative in the end. The sedative came through. That after all this struggling, all this rampaging, he's actually, the well has run dry. Okay. Oh, so now the hero's got it in the bag again. How many times will I go back and forth in this prolonged, everyone involved, multi-stage, multifaceted battle? Crazy. Okay. Cool chapter. Again, very all over the place tonally. I'm quite curious how some of these things are going to play out. Like, Endeavor jumped up and hit Makia. That doesn't really change what Dabi is saying, right? Like, just these kind of like cross paths of ideology and strength. What kind of comprehensive message can we actually weave from what's being said by the villains and what's being punched by the heroes? I guess we'll find out. Yeah. Who makes Gigantamachia's pants? This is what I would like to know. Okay, bye-bye.